Alright, I'll give you that one. Come on then, dickhead, come on. Oh, you fucking little bastard! Come here! Ah! Oh, fucking! Who the fuck do you think you are? Ah! Ah! Come on then! Alright, I'll take a beaver now. Hello everyone, Rossco here. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. And yeah, I've had such a massive problem with my recording software. I've updated Shadowplay, and yeah, it's a nightmare. It's everything's turned into a nightmare. It's all working against me. Shadowplay, I recorded for about an hour, and it yeah, just decided to delete the files. I can't find them anywhere, so yeah, that's fucked. I tried using OBS, and I hate OBS. I really don't enjoy OBS. It's not intuitive. It's not the best. It really isn't. It might be free, good, but it's not the best by any stretch of the imagination. I like Shadowplay just for the pure and simple chance of Alt F9 done. None of this other stuff. You can press all the buttons. Look, somebody's going to say it's the best. I prefer what I prefer. So right now I'm using Action until I can get Shadowplay up and working. So hopefully everything looks fine and the audio is coming through appropriately. Next thing is we're halfway through a mission here. This is part of the thing I was recording. It's using the, not using, but we're on the, what fucking mission was it called? All That Glisters, or whatever the fucking word is. So we need to find out who made these copper things and that. So we need to go and speak to this Master Freyfire. Might be in Sasel by now. I ought to report my findings to them and discuss what to do next. And lastly, Scottish Power are coming out to fix the power cable into the house. So we're going to have earth. So for that, I'm not going to be available to do quite as many recordings as I would have, so I'm going to be cutting these down into a half hour for everything across the range, at least up until the 18th of June. I don't know how long these guys are going to be taking to dig up, put down this new cable, and then obviously leave me without power. And also I'm going to wait to Canada for 2 weeks as well, so it's better if I do these in half hours. That means I can forecast them a lot further into the future than just doing a 1 hour and then posting it. Just for time, that's how it's going to have to be for the time being. Anyway, let's rattle on with this and get on with it. That's the boy I need to speak to there.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Right.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapita.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Shut up,
Very
dickhead.
well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Okay, let's go. Right. Fucking hell, frames. 22, 23, fucking hell. Bollocks that. What are we doing here? Let me just see. Anything else in town? Negative. Right. So we need to head up to the monastery and speak to this Master Engraver, who we have spoken to before, if I can remember correctly. I'm just going to use the fast travel, like I always do. I wish you could stop it at some point. Like, I'd like to stop it now. Right back down the road. And it's that building up the back there. I could be doing my fucking wash as well. Actually, Seeing as we're here, we might as well get the blacksmith to help us out a bit here.
God save you.
And you. No, I don't want to trade. I need you to fix my shit. Is it him that does it? Alright, so. Zach.
My God! What happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
Been war, mate! I need to talk about repairs. I need you to fix my shit, pal. That, and that. Ah, they're not that bad. Actually, can we... Actually, no, don't bother speaking to him. Is there a bathtub round about here? There's one there. Wash all this shit off before somebody starts saying that I'm minging. How do I look now? Is that better? Bit better. Oh, I got a new Gableson. You see that red one? I swapped that out for a better one. Swapped the... I think it was black before. Now I got that one. And before we speak to this guy, I'm just going to quickly... Speech for 5 minutes. Yep, give me that. No. Eat it. Thank you very much. And let's go. So this guy's upstairs, I believe. That's the man there. Master Jerome!
God save, what can I do for you?
Ah, we speak again.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but
Good point.
engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest, as though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
I am,
Something
actually.
like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home, no doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl. some flighty bath maid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Thanks very
Thank
much,
you.
Master.
I'll leave you to your work.
Right, so... Is that his chest there? Let me just check here. Back into town again. So what's this one? Let's go speak to the bathhouse maids first, because they're on the way. That way I can just take my horse straight on out. Oh, back garden. My ever trusty horse. Fucking loaded to the bear with weapons and everything else. I'll need to sell some of this shit. Is there a way through? Somebody speak to me. No. Let me just trip through here. Where the fuck are we on? Rossco. The other way. It is the other way, isn't it? I need to get over the river here. See this horse? He's trying to steal these fuckers. There's a... Oh my god. Horse! Think about it! Good. So we're straight across here, and it's on the right hand side where we need to go. Speak to this bathhouse wench. And never ever take your horse into these places. I've been in here once before with a horse and oh shit fucking hit the fan. You, lady! Are you the bathhouse proprietor? Must be, you had a symbol above your head, Florian.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
Whoa.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
Was there something
I'd like
else?
to know more about the kidnapping.
Is there something else in that category I was missing? No. Right, that's us. So, let's go speak to Florian. May as well fast travel. Saves me running about like a fucking ass piece. So he's just up here at the baker's right hand side. It's baker's there. Whose horse is that? Probably down here, yeah. Nice dingy fucking... Imagine bringing a lassie here, mate. You need to get out of this place and live somewhere better. Fucking hell, mate. I mean, look at it. Is this where you sleep? What is this shit? What is this? Get good at your job.
God save you.
Alright, enough of the fucking pleasantries. You don't look sick.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't lie to me, dick!
I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
How about I beat the shit out of you instead?
You just incriminated yourself.
One man's word against another. Like I said, I'll deny everything.
And do you really think that's going to help you? Your word means nothing. You've got the tools, the knowledge and the workshop. The only thing missing is a motive, but I'm guessing it's money.
I don't give a fuck about money.
So what then?
Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Oh. If they take to their heels, you'll never see Esther again. What do I want to do?
Look, Florian, I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people. As soon as they get wind of something, they'll be out of here and Esther will be gone with them.
If Rapiter finds I've told you anything, they'll kill her.
Not if I catch Rapiter first. He's here in town, isn't he?
Yes, he is. They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the shit pile. They started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapiter. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. And I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Where will I find Rapiter?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because
got a good job.
we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
How did you hand over the punch die to them?
Rapiter waited for me behind the church. I didn't want to give it to them without seeing Esther first.
And did they let you?
Yes, although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the Skalitz Hills. My poor Esther, they'd scared her half to death.
So at least you know she's alive.
Who knows? It was a while ago. And they never let her go, even after I did what they wanted. They said they'd be needing more.
More punch dice?
They wear out over time. They have to be replaced regularly.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Go. I hope you get revenge.
Alright, buddy. Right. So he's out here sitting on the bench, maybe, huh? Let me just see here. What's the sketcheroo? Let me just check my missions. I've got the hiccups. Rapidly we've fallen on his way to work and back. Apart from which he sits on the market square and watches Florian's house. Look at this dickhead.
God be with you, Henry.
Oh, he's an innkeeper.
Greetings, Henry.
Right.
Ale.
Well, sorry about that, folks. Our delivery. So, what we'll be doing, I want to go and check out the local forges, because apparently that's... They're saying that there's something, I could maybe get some more info from that. So let me just check which way I'm facing. I'm facing straight up the street, this is where I need to go. So, straight down this way. Who's that guy? Guard. Start ticket! Is this a forge here? Where the fuck am I? Oh, it's further up. That's the bathhouse. Should be a forge up this way. There's one. Right. He's getting their tool. Getting tooled up, lad! Right, let's go speak to this blokie here.
Good day to you.
And you. What? Alright, I take it he doesn't do it. He's a swordsmith, that's why. It's blacksmith. So across the way. Just next door. Which is west. And now.
He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck.
My respects to you.
And you, Paddy. And you.
Do you ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the Monastery Craftsman's Yard has bought out all the copper.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the Craftsman's Yard and mostly works on the construction of the church. And then, apart from me, there's Master Armourer Otter of Ramstein.
Tell me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a master armourer in Prague one day.
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's how fathers are, isn't it?
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
Can you tell me something about Master Otter?
Well now, there's a master to look up to. He's worked for the lords of Kunstadt and for the richest townsfolk of Prague.
If you don't mind my asking, what brings him here?
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy some peace. That dispute with Zach must have put a few more wrinkles on his brow.
What are Zach and Master Otter arguing about?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pots, and that his son will see him off.
That will be all. Thank you.
Right, well, let's go and check out these dudes then. So, what we can do is just fast travel up to that one again. It's all about the fast travels. Right, so back down here again. And he's in here.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Right, Zach, I need to speak to you for a second, buddy.
God be with you.
And you, my man. I need to speak to you, though.
Do you work any copper here, Master Blacksmith?
Why'd you ask?
Well, it's because I am.
I'm looking into a few things here.
Looking into things? Meaning what?
I'm on the trail of a gang of counterfeiters.
Well, that's a serious business, but to answer your question, no. I don't work copper here.
That's not what I heard.
What?
Yep.
I was told in town that you bought all the other blacksmiths' copper.
By Mickelson the Master Armourer, am I right? They're forever trying to smear my good name. That's why they said it, to make me look suspicious.
But they don't know I'm investigating anything.
Then they're making things up just for spite. Anything else? I still have work to do.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
Well, there's Mikesh. He's honest enough, and a fair-handed everyday things. And then there's Master Otter. He used to have talent, but now he's too old, and too proud to admit it.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
Aha.
Oh, a bit suspicious. Can I speak to your son for a second here?
God be with you, good sir.
Don't start!
Your father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
Right, mate. Let's not go down this way.
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Was that a threat? Do you think I'm an idiot?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you. I don't have the time or the need to prove anything. So I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting until you tell me the truth.
So show me what you're made of.
Oh, fuck me. There's always somebody. There's always somebody. Out here then, pal. Come on in.
Come on then, Whoreson.
Fight me. Oh, you're a fast little shitter. Take that. Oh, aye. Alright, I'll give you that one. Come on then, dickhead. Come on. Oh, you fucking little bastard. Come here. Oh, fucking. Who the fuck do you think you are? Come on then. Alright, I'll take a beaver now. What's it? You gotta talk to me now.
I've come to ask about the copper one more time.
Are you deaf or stupid? You know what? It doesn't matter. Just clear off before I thump you.
You're right. It's nothing to me either way.
Right. So clear off.
I mean, beside the fact I'm here on behalf of the Royal Burgrave Saradze Cobbler, investigating a grievous crime against the Crown.
What? What are you talking about?
I just beat you
I
for
let you read my Bill of Authority, but I doubt you're educated enough to understand it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realise. If I'd known, of course I wouldn't. I mean, you understand, don't you?
Stop prattling, for God's sake, and start telling me the truth. What's the story with the copper at your forge?
Yes, Henry!
You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
Who buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
Your father has some serious explaining to do.
I'm so sorry. If I'd known who you were, I'd never have taken such liberties.
Never mind. You weren't to know who I am. You were just protecting your father's business interests like any good son.
Thank you.
Beat it. Well, I speak to your dad. And that is where we're going to call an end to the episode. We'll continue this off next time. I'm just going to close off this episode, and then I'll probably just jump straight into the next one. And then that's how they're going to be, guys, these half-hour videos. If you've enjoyed this one, please remember to give it a like. Let me know what you think of the video quality. I'm using a different recorder, as always. Hopefully the sound and everything else is all good. Any comments, put them in the comments section below. And if you've got this far out in the video, please consider subscribing. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.